When it comes to places that we can no longer fully understand, the Amazon rainforest is at the top of that list, if not the very first. Despite the widespread destruction happening around all its borders, it remains one of the most mysterious places in the world, particularly because it is one of the few places on the planet that we cannot easily visit or travel freely due to the density of the forest and the dangers within it. Inside this rainforest, monsters exist in various shapes, sizes, and danger levels. That's why here are the 15 biggest monsters found in the Amazon. But before we start, if you're new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe so you'll always be updated with videos like this. Number 15, the Amazonian Manatee. You probably didn't expect to see this kind of creature on this list. Few people call an Amazonian manatee a monster. You have to admit this is a large creature. It's also known for attracting unwanted attention, which is why it has become endangered. The Amazonian manatee lives throughout the Amazon basin in Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and Brazil. They live in freshwater oxbows, blackwater lakes, and lagoons that have deep connections to large rivers and are rich in aquatic plants. These creatures are true examples of gentle giants who never intend to harm anyone. However, they have long been hunted by humans, so now they are considered a vulnerable species. And besides this, it's hard to track their numbers, so there's really no exact knowledge of how many manatees are left in the wild. Number 14, giant anteater. Surely for a small ant, the giant anteater must seem like a monster. But should humans see it that way too? It depends on how you interpret the monster you fear. The giant anteater is truly a giant compared to its other relatives, and it's said to be as big as a golden retriever. What's even more surprising is that their sense of smell doesn't just surpass that of humans. It's 40 times stronger than the average human's ability. That's why they're able to find every anthill, which is their favorite food. Another unique aspect here is that they don't just recklessly abuse the ant colonies. Though they want to eat, they are easily affected by ant bites. That's why, most of the time, they only eat for a few minutes while they have the element of surprise, and then they just move on to the next one. Number 13, electric eel. Next is a classic river monster that is also a unique threat. And it might not be as dangerous as you expect. The electric eel really lives up to its name when it comes to its ability to generate electricity. Inside its body, it has special organs that can generate an electrical charge that can reach almost 650 volts. And for your information, that's even higher than a typical household outlet. Some even say it can reach over 8,100 volts. A unique discharge that's truly astonishing. But is this dangerous to people? It depends on the situation. This eel, which isn't actually an eel, uses water to amplify electricity and paralyze or possibly kill its prey or predator. It won't attack humans unless it's provoked. And even then, unless you're submerged in water and physically weak, the worst that could happen is a strong electric shock or temporary dizziness. Number 12, giant stingray. This large creature can threaten humans if you're not careful. However, in general, the giant stingray just prefers to be left alone while traveling through rivers and other bodies of water. The largest ever caught was in Asia, not South America, at 4 meters long and nearly 300 kilos. You should be careful with its stinger because it has venom that can harm people. However, they are not aggressive. So if you don't bother them, you have nothing to worry about. The main thing here is to be smart and behave properly as long as you don't make any mistakes. Because if you make a mistake, its stinger can go through your body, even into your bones. Number 11, like the armadillo. The giant armadillo isn't really something you should normally be afraid of. It only made the list because giant is in its name, And we need to watch monster standards. This armadillo can grow to 100 centimeters long and weigh up to 54 kilos. But you shouldn't be afraid of it just because of its size. It prefers to hunt termites and some ants, and often consumes the entire population of a termite mound. This makes it a bit more aggressive than the anteater, showing how great its hunger is before it feels full. Number 10, the tapir. Next is a creature that I'm not sure if I should call a monster, but it should still be approached with caution for safety. The tapir has remained mostly unchanged for millions of years, which is why it's considered primitive compared to other evolving animals. But don't underestimate this creature. It can reach over 2 meters in length and weigh more than 400 kilograms, so it's really strong and heavy. Although it is often a victim of local predators such as big cats and crocodiles, they have tough skin and the ability to bite to defend themselves. So even though they're primitive, they know how to survive, and they're an important part of the rainforest ecosystem. Number 9, the capybara. If you call the capybara a monster, you might need to rethink how you see people. They are rodents, but a different kind of rodent that you can even keep as a pet. They reach 60 km tall and have an expression that suggests they know more than you. The capybara is the largest rodent in the world, and even the rats in New York City can't compare to it. Water is essential to the capybara. They eat aquatic plants and grass and use water to escape from danger. If they feel threatened, they can stay submerged in water for several minutes until the predator gets tired and leaves. As proof that they are not considered monsters by some people, the capybara is also a popular exotic pet. However, most of the time, you need to buy two, because they are social animals and cannot live alone. Number 8, the Amazon River dolphin. You might think that dolphins don't live in rivers. However, many of them do, including the Amazon River dolphin. This is a large dolphin found in the waters of the Amazon, reaching up to 2.4 meters in length. And sometimes it even has a pinkish color, which you wouldn't expect from a dolphin, but here it is. The real monster here is once again humans, because they don't take care of the rivers where these dolphins live. And because of this, their population has really decreased. But there are efforts being made to help them and preserve their habitat. Number 7, the red-bellied piranha. When it comes to river monsters that live in the waters of the Amazon, what could be more dangerous than the piranha? You've seen them in movies and on television, and they're often shown in the most gruesome way. You might be surprised even though piranhas are dangerous and scary, especially when you see a swarm in the water. Creatures like the red-bellied piranha aren't really something you need to be afraid of every day. For example, while they may be aggressive over food, they are omnivores, not carnivores. So it's fine for them to eat plants rather than chase after any kind of meat, which you probably wouldn't expect. Even more unusual, they don't always seek meat. They're even called the vulture of the water because they're more of a scavenger than a true hunter. Most of the time, they only go after animals that are already dead or about to die so they can eat without being disturbed or losing their food. And if you're still thinking about the exaggeration in movies, films show piranhas as huge groups that can devour any person in an instant. But in real life, they don't eat as a group. They only use the group to defend themselves against predators. This is the difference between nature and pop culture. Many people exaggerate piranha traits, just like what they do with sharks, so we should just be careful. You don't need to scare yourself or wait for piranhas to attack you in the water. Number 6, the green iguana. At first, you might think the green iguana doesn't belong on the list of Amazon monsters. But just like everything else, there's a way for a seemingly harmless creature to become dangerous. Even though the green iguana is known for being non-aggressive and is often kept as a pet, it is also one of the most serious invasive species in North and South America. One of these animals is the green iguana. It's so invasive in Florida that there are actually jobs where you literally go out to remove iguanas so they can't reproduce anymore. And if you think this isn't true, it was actually featured in an episode of Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowe. Number 5, the golden poison dart frog. It's very rare for us to talk about frogs as dangerous. But in nature, there's always a reason to be cautious with every species. The golden poison dart frog, also known as the poison dart frog, is a creature you should never touch. Its body produces a highly dangerous toxin that covers its entire skin. If a predator tries to approach or eat it, they could die from the toxin either through direct contact or if the toxin enters their body. It's amusing or frightening that we don't even know how the frog is safe from its own toxin. Perhaps this is the result of evolution that gave it immunity, allowing it to secrete toxin without harming itself. Colombia's indigenous people gave the golden poison dart frog its name. They learned how deadly the poison is so they can safely extract it and put it on the tips of their arrows. In this way, they can kill any victim just by hitting them with an arrow. So, if you ever find yourself on the Colombian side of the Amazon, don't try to touch any golden frogs you see, and by avoiding them, you're more likely to live longer. Number 4, the Goliath bird-eater tarantula. How did we get this far into the list before talking about spiders? In fact, spiders are monsters in their own right. The Goliath bird-eater tarantula is the largest spider in the world by weight, reaching up to 13 cm and weighing around 6.2 oz. It's funny or maybe scary, but spiders don't actually eat birds very often, even though they've been seen eating hummingbirds from time to time. So even though it's called the bird-eater, birds aren't really a common part of its diet. But because of its size and appearance, it's scary enough for anyone who sees it. Number 3, the black caiman. The Amazon is ideal for alligators and crocodiles. It's perfect for them to prey on the local wildlife, but I'm not really talking about either of those two. The black caiman is the largest crocodilian predator in the Amazon. It can catch any animal within its range, including other predators. And to be clear, I mean the largest, not the longest. But the fact that the caiman is extremely dangerous and can attack anyone in the vast rainforest should make you cautious. The black caiman is capable of attacking humans, and there have been recorded incidents of this happening in the past. Another reason why it is considered one of the most dangerous monsters on this list is because of its dark skin, which allows it to blend into the local waters. It also hunts at night, so its camouflage is perfect, and it can follow its prey without them knowing that there is danger right beside them. Their eating habits are unusual. They don't kill prey instantly with a bite. They will grab their prey, pull it into the water, and let it drown before eating it. That's why, no matter what time of day it is, you should always be careful in waters where caimans are found, because you'll only realize they're there when it's already too late. Number 2, spectacled bear. The Amazon rainforest has bears, and this is the only native bear species in South America. If you see one, you're looking at a unique animal. There are many opinions about the spectacled bear because it's an omnivorous bear and not actively aggressive toward humans unless provoked. However, this doesn't stop some people from hunting them out of fear that they might attack their cattle. Fortunately, there have been some conservation efforts launched to protect the bear from being hunted. Number 1, the carfish. I chose to put the carfish at the top of the list because of a particular story that is often associated with it. This is not a mythical fish. It really exists and can be very dangerous to some creatures. This is a parasitic fish. They latch onto other fish through their gills and literally feed on the blood of their victims. It's funny or scary that even though their bodies are small, they can grow up to 40 cm long. However, they can also be smaller, enabling them to enter the host's body and work. But that's not the only reason why they're on the list. There is a local legend that says these fish can affect humans by swimming up the male reproductive channel. According to the story, they will follow the flow of a person's urine and enter the body until they eventually get into the organ. This legend became more popular, so people became more afraid of the fish than of other predators. But in reality, there has never been a confirmed case of this happening, so you shouldn't be afraid that it will happen to you. And the idea that there is a fish that follows the flow of human urine is, as we said, almost impossible to happen according to science.